Hi everyone, welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting in the garden and we're gonna get some more seedlings out. I was hoping to get drip placed on my raised bed in front of the greenhouse, but we haven't been able to do that yet, and my seedlings are getting incredibly hard to keep watered without them wilting. So I think the best way that I can preserve them is to get them in more soil and make sure that they're well watered, and then I can try to get on that irrigation quickly in the following week while they're still little, and I can snake the drip tape in between things. That's my goal anyways. I'm not gonna be able to get all the seedlings out onto the... Ginger, what are you doing? You're distracting me. I'm not going to be able to get all of my seedlings out into the garden before I leave for the weekend, but I want to get as many as I can out. So that's the goal. Tonight we're just going to do the raised bed. I have a little bit of time before I have to make dinner, and I think that I could get quite a few blocks of flowers out onto the raised bed. So I'm going to take a look at my little diagram plan, this little sketch with all the names in it, and see what seedlings I have in here that correlate and get them laid out on the bed, and then I will turn the camera around, show you what we're going to do, and we'll get them all planted out. Now that I have everything sorted out, I'm actually going to consolidate a couple of things that are in really small cells. So I have all these lupins. They're in these tiny cells. And so I'm just going to pop them up over into this one, which is, it's just the next size up, but it's available. There's soil in it, and it'll give the roots just a little bit more time. So that's what I'm going to do. You can see, let's see. Can see how rooted in they are, so try to give them a little bit more of a chance till I can get them out into the landscape. I used a homemade wicking mat. It worked great. It looks kind of gross, so I don't think I'll keep it. Whereas the garden supply wicking mat looks all nice and fairly clean, even, you know, after being used. All right, so I have everything placed in the raised beds, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have in there. So here we go. I have one hollyhock. There's some a poppy here. There's a little baby one right there that's trying to grow. Then I have 3 delphiniums that I'm going to let grow together in this square. I have 3 Texas blue bonnet, which I've never grown before, so we'll let that be in that square. And then I just have 1 little feverfew right here that we'll just let it be in that corner. I have a bunch of sea holly that I'll do halfway through here, and then I have some larkspur that I'll intermix in with these beets until they're ready to get pulled. I have 2 Cresspedia that we'll do at the end, and then a few more of the helichrysum. These got planted the other day. We'll plant the rest of this row with helichrysum. Over here I have 3 echinacea that we're going to put along here, the green twister. I have on the end there I have some globe amaranth, and then along the edge I have some Love Lies Bleeding celosia or amaranth. Down in that corner I just have a couple of the celosia flamingo, and I have 1 more hollyhock, and then right here at the end I have some celosia limonata. And that's gonna do it for this bed. In the greenhouse I consolidated everything into this little tray, which just is 12 cells, with like 2 inch by 2 inch by 2 inch cells. So that'll give, it's almost all lupins, which are doing great. So I'm hoping with a little bit of soil they'll last, another week for me. And then I had, what did I have? Oh, these 2 tiny Lisianthus that I keep moving around, and they're not really growing, but they're alive. So there you have it. And then I just spread out the things in the containers, and I still have all this squash that I need to do something with. Then I put some of these taller plants that are going to go out by the creek down on the floor and kind of protected from any intense sun, but it will still get light. And it's all larkspur, a couple of hollyhocks, a couple of foxgloves, and a couple of helichrysum. These will all self-seed. The larkspur may or may not winter over, but the hollyhock, the foxglove, and the helichrysum will all self-seed. So I want those to go up on the bank. And then I have a couple of things sprouting in here that I'm just getting out of the intense heat. So let's get these things planted and call it a night. I am going to be using my new Garden Answer kneeling pad. It is so comfortable, and it's not, we've had it on rock and all kinds of things, and it's not scratching or tearing or anything like that. So the material is really great. I was just hearing little baby birds screeching. I don't hear them now. All right, I'm gonna plant these up. They're all planted in, probably spaced far too close together. Of course, the beets will harvest in the next couple of weeks. The peas will be done in about a month, and we'll pull this out. Same with the carrots; those should be done in the next 3 or 4 weeks. And that'll give some of these things some space to grow. And then I'm planning on, when the carrots go away, I'll plant foxglove. But foxglove is poisonous, so we don't want to put that in there just yet. Yeah, so I'm gonna water them in and wish them good luck. The only things that I ended up discarding were these two helichrysum and a small larkspur, which I have tons of both still in there, out by the gazebo and in this raised bed already. The whole point of this raised bed this year is to have a dried flower cutting garden. So all of these flowers, once they're flowers, all these plants, once they flower, will dry really well. And so that is the whole reason that I'm doing this bed the way that I am. It doesn't really matter to me that they're planted way too close together, because I just need them to flower, and everything will be removed from this bed at the end of the season. The one thing that is in this raised bed that is a perennial is a larkspur, and they don't seem to survive in our garden, and I have so many seedlings of larkspur everywhere that I'm not even going to worry about that at the end of the season. I'm just going to take it out. What else is in here? Helichrysum would self-seed, but I'm going to be harvesting every flower out of this bed and not let it go to seed. Same with all of the celosia. And we've got Cresspedia and globe amaranth and sea holly. All of those things dry beautifully. And so everything will just get removed at the end of the season, and we'll do something else fun and exciting for next year. I am trying to create spaces now that my garden is so much more mature. I'm trying to create spaces that will give me a blank slate to try new things in every year. And this raised bed is one of those spaces that is going to exclusively be dedicated to something new every year. This is the first year that we had it built and filled with soil last fall, and this is the first year we've planted it. And we put hardware cloth on the bottom, but I still have moles. I still have a lot of mole activity. They love this fresh soil, so it's always a little bit of a battle when we do raised beds around here. Such is life. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed watching me stuff my raised bed filled with plants, and I hope that you're celebrating your life, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.